So if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, we have this weird thing about uniform numbers. And we always tease that Numerology podcast is coming soon, because what goes into the thought process of changing your number or a player to a new team, whether free agency, trade, or the draft, how are they going to pick their digits? How does it relate to their previous number? What number did they wear in college? Sometimes what number did they wear in high school? All that stuff. So a bunch of new Vikings are in, and we want to run through the new numbers, as well as a handful of Vikings are swapping numbers, as it tends to happen after you reduce from 90 to 85 to 80 to 53-man roosters. Numbers get freed up, veterans get shown the door, young guys swap out numbers, all that stuff. So we wanted to dive in. Of course, Jalen Reagor up at the top. He chose number 5. He's got 5 on it. That's right. He tweeted out, the number 5 symbolizing spiritual growth, self-confidence, freedom, curiosity, and change. Number 5 it is. Let's go crazy. So he's already imbibing in the Minnesota vibes, man. And he looks good, even though makes me miss Teddy. It does. He wore number 18 with the Eagles. Of course, 18 is taken with Justin Friggin Jefferson. Also, he wore number 1 in college and high school. Wore number 1 at TCU, but Greg Joseph has that one on lockdown. So 5 it is. Yeah, 5 alive. You guys ever have 5 alive back in the day? It's actually pretty good. Nick Mullins, the new Vikings QB2, is still locked up at number 12, looking like gambling Gus Farad out there, man. He wore number 4 as well as number 9 at various points in the National Football League. He wore number 9 in college. Now, number 4 is taken, of course, by Dalvin, and number 9 is taken up by Tristan Jackson, who's on the practice squad. So, I mean, Mullins, maybe he's going to roll with 12. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out a swap. And what usually happens is that a player will approach another about, hey, can I get your jersey number? And sometimes the player will say yeah, and sometimes it'll cost them a little something, or like a donation to the selling player's alma mater, buying new uniforms. It's usually really cool, right? It's usually no big deal. But maybe Tristan Jackson is going to hang on to, who knows. Jonathan Bullard, a defensive end, and on paper, de facto starter at that other 5-tech spot opposite Diesel Dalvin. So he is now number 93, which is formerly worn by Jalen Toivonen. We'll talk about that in a second. His number during the preseason and training camp was number 79, and in college he wore number 90. Now, Thomason, Pioneer Press, pointed out that Bullard had approached Usezo Tomeu about number 90 and possibly getting it, but Usezo's like, nah. Also along the defensive line, Ross Blacklock coming in from the Texans. His new number is number 96. 96 questions with Ross Blacklock. Can you take it over from B-Rob? I don't know. He wore number 90 with the Texans. He wore number 90 at TCU. So we everyone's trying to vie for number 90. Since interior defensive linemen, as of right now, they're like the only players besides O-linemen who can't have single-digit numbers anymore. Kind of crazy. Then punter Ryan Wright, the absolute unit. His new number is 14, and it's complete baloney. It's complete crap that he can't wear number 66, because getting your kicks on Route 66, he just looked good. Also, since Ryan Wright is a man of a certain girth, I mean, the 6 and the 6, which are wide numbers in the font, I mean, it just looked good. It just looked right, man. Also, pun intended. Also, he wore number 97 at Tulane, which is something that I love about college football, is that you always have these kickers and punters wearing extremely high digit numbers, usually like the 80s or the 90s, because wide receivers, they like to wear the single digit numbers, or in the teens, they don't like the 80s, as well as defensive linemen, outside linebackers, they don't like the 90s, they like the single digits as well. So that's just what's left over for the specialists. Defensive tackle Jalen Toivonen, like we mentioned, he had taken up number 93, shades of John Randall. He wore 76 last season, but now he's wearing number 51. Okay. Lance Johnstone getting after it. In college, he wore number 97. Then you got new practice squad wide receiver Travis Toivonen, the pride of Red Wing, Minnesota, a former North Dakota Fighting Hawk, or whatever they are now. So he wore number 87. When he was with the Giants, he wore number 81, and he wore 13. Like, you got to have huevos to wear OBJ's old number with the Giants, man. In college at North Dakota, he wore number 11, so we'll see. Cornerback Tate Gowan picked up number 31. He wore number 36 with the Eagles last season. And in college at UCF, former national champions, Central Florida. He wore number 23. So that's it. Let's take a look at some of the Vikings' new numbers. Again, Numerology podcast coming very soon. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts. What do you think about the new digits? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.